Hey everybody, it's Khara CrossFit Brindle. Welcome back to the channel. Ashley is back with us. Hi Ashley.
Hey,
For anyone who hasn't seen you on previous videos, because you are a familiar face on the channel, what do you want them to know about you before we jump in?
I'm a licensed clinical social worker and a supervisor. I supervise in a couple different capacities. I see students, but I also see pre-licensed therapists in Colorado.
Awesome. Yes, Ashley is a wealth of knowledge. So you're going to learn more about her through this process today. Check out other videos I have on the channel with her because we've got lots of good content that's been reaching people in Canada and Kentucky. Weird. Okay,
Hey.
cool. Happy you're all here. Thanks for watching. So today's topic is about outreach. We've had lots of colleagues saying, we're feeling kind of a slump in referrals. This just happened earlier this week again, Ashley. So I sent them our last video. But like how to actually start that outreach, how do we make that professional and fruitful for both sides? So you actually created a script around this that we're going to be sharing with our viewers. How did this come to be for you though?
I've been seeing a common theme across clients and supervisees. Like, how do I meet new people? How do I make friends? How do I, break into this industry? How do I get my name out there for referral sources? And so over the last couple months, I've just realized how many people don't know that they can kind of cold call still these days. And I receive some of those emails probably once or twice a month. So relatively often.
Mm-hmm.
And I want that to be known that I love those emails. And so how can we empower supervisees and people outside of our field, clients too, to practice reaching out to people they don't know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I'm thinking of my students as you're talking too, because they're like, Khara, how do you know all these people? And it's like, well, we've done videos like this, or we've networked in some way, or there was an email to start the things in motion. So I'm going to be really excited to share the scripts with them as well as, green clinicians coming into the field. But yeah, you and I talked offline just before starting this video that I had a client myself who's going into a particular industry and it was unfathomable to them to reach out to like say, hey, my name is, and here's what I'm hoping for. Do you have a minute? Now, I will speak to everyone on this channel. You've heard me say this before. I hate the phrase pick your brain. There's
Yes.
reasons I hate this phrase because there's like, how much picking of my brain are you expecting to do? Like, obviously, I'm happy to give you some of my time, but most of my time is paid for, right? So I imagine this is a nuanced part of your script of like, I think I remember seeing like there were some examples of like, could I take you out to lunch? Could we do this? Could I do that? What I liked about your scripts, Ashley, is that they seemed mutually beneficial, or like both parties would get something out of it. Can you speak a
Right.
little more to that?
Yeah, I think as you're saying, we want to feel valued. And at this point in my career, certainly, I have some expertise, and I think that translates into a monetary value. And I can't just work for free,
Right.
20, 30, 40 hours a week offering information to anyone who wants or needs it. And that being said, I still think pre-licensed clinicians, students, other people from other industries have something to offer me. And so if they want more than a 15-minute consult, they can be creative in what they have to offer if they can't afford my consultation price.
Yeah, absolutely. But there are options here always. So, kind of in a quick burst, what does the script entail? Like, what are kind of the major markers or like features that you're like, these should be part of the script for people?
First is an introduction, and also making sure in your subject line that it's professional, something like introduction or reaching out or inquiry, something a little more formal than pick your brain
No,
or
yeah.
kind of touch base, right? And then in the body of the email, I would make sure to formally address whoever you are reaching out to, whether that's good morning, good afternoon, hello, dear. I would hesitate with hey or, not what's up, because it is a formal inquiry. Um,
Uh-huh.
And I would write how you came across their information. Hey, I saw you on Facebook. I came across your website after so and so sent it to me. I heard you speak at this conference. My classmate has you as a professor. I got your contact information from blank. We
Hmm.
have mutual friends or mutual colleagues. And then I do a blurb about yourself. So who are you? Are you a student? Are you a pre-licensed clinician? What's your education experience, current role? And then why you are reaching out to this person. So I was drawn to your practice because I was referred to you because we have blank in common. Um, what do other people ask you, when they reach out to you?
Usually they're just like, how do I get on your schedule for a free consult? Or,
Okay.
like, because like sometimes they know I have that option, but they haven't been able to find the link wherever it is. Which I might need to work on that if that's coming up more often. It's not very often that happens. But as you're saying that, I appreciate when they name so and so sent me to you. Like, I like to know who in our network is saying, hey, I want you to talk to Khara. I want you to talk to Ashley. Here's why. And so that actually gets my attention as someone who gets lots of emails, just like you do, to be like, the first line is, hi, Khara. The other thing to note here is spell our names correctly. I mean, I've
Yes.
in my quick
Yes.
fingers have spelled wrong, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's such a bad first
Me
impression.
too.
Ooh. So we've all done it, but like be mindful of the hello greeting first name or professional first last name. But in that first line being like, hi, I'm so and so sent me to you, I pay attention to that because
Me
I
too.
think you and I can both agree we pride ourselves on being connected to our community. And so I'm going to pay attention to, oh, someone sent you to me. That's going to not necessarily have like a higher priority, but it's just going to like spotlight it for me amidst a
I
bunch of
agree.
emails when it comes to priority. So at that point, what do people ask? Usually it's just like, I heard that this is something you do. Is that true? Can I
Mhm.
talk to you further? I chuckle because all of you on this channel know I have all these different hats I love to wear. And so they're just trying to clarify, were you the person I was thinking of for this particular thing? Is it about private practice, secondary income? Is it about burnout? Is it about client suicide? Is it about Medicaid? Is it about suicide assessment? Is it about supervision? All of those are hats that I wear. And so having people get some clarity around that is helpful.
Mhm.
I've experimented for the last 2 years. I don't know if you've done this formally, Ashley. It sounds like you have. I've experimented with like slots in my calendar every week that are 20-minute free consults. So they could jump into the calendar and hear whatever they need to hear from me. I feel like that is balanced because I picked intentionally the slots. So I don't
Yeah.
feel like there's resentment. It's not taking a slot away from a client or a consultation that's paid. But I do know that the community has shared they appreciate that. Of like, I really like being able to ask you like 3 questions and get some direction, and then maybe they come back for a formal consult or they refer someone to me. So it still feels like it's beneficial both ways, but it's protecting my energy of here's the slot.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts?
I've done that too. I think the 20-minute mark is about what I have capacity for in terms of time. And after doing my own work around my values and what
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm worth, I think the 20-minute slot is perfect, especially if it's a quick question, which you and I know we could go on and on and on about all these things we're passionate about. But if it is a quick question, or if it's, hey, I heard this, is this true? Like you were saying, get to know you consult to see if you're a good fit for services.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also have people reach out to me more for networking interviews, and those
Oh.
tend to be more, hey, can I take you to coffee? I heard you used to work here, here, and here. I'd love to hear what you think about that looking back because I'm considering applying at place XYZ. So those I protect my calendar a little bit more, and really that depends
Mm-hmm.
on my schedule, location, and timing. I do try to make time for that if I can, or I'll kind of bump it back to, hey, I don't have time now, but reach out in a month and I'd love to follow up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and in those cases, if people do follow up, I can tell that this is really important and a priority to them. And that energy also feels good to me when people are making my time a priority as well.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like you're speaking to how is this beneficial to you as the person being outreached? Any other things that in your lived experience have been like, yep, this makes it feel more worthwhile when it comes to protecting our energy of like, yes, I will go to lunch or yes, I will go to this event. Any factors?
Um, I think looking at where the person is coming from, I think if they're connected to an area I'm connected with or want to be connected with, that's valuable to me. If, kind of like you said, if someone directly sends someone to me and it's important for me to keep up that relationship, then I'll put energy into carving out more time. Um, I think if it's, I just want to chat and know how to build a business from the ground up. Like that's a conversation I need to have with the person of like, okay, that costs money. That's more of a consult. I have to prepare and tailor a session for that. Um, and I've had people offer like, hey, can I do some social media posts? Hey, can I do some research for you? Hey, can I do a blog post for you? So even stuff like that, I'm willing to be more flexible and creative with. If they want more chunks of my time and they can't afford it, okay, how can we work together to build more of a mutual beneficial business relationship that maybe we can develop over time?
Mm,
I think at this point, I have a pretty good sense of what I'm looking for with that. And I'm upfront on, whether something like that is what I want or need from a particular person. I'm trying to think what else. Shadowing. I'm also open to allowing, students and interns to shadow me depending on the client or the situation. Um, yeah, what else? What am I missing? Anything?
no, I mean, I think we're giving our viewers a good sense of like what it could sound like and look like to engage. I think on the other side of the coin, when we receive these inquiries, as I already named, a couple little things will cause us to have yellow flags. Like there is no hello first name or professional name.
Mhm.
There's a lot of spelling errors or grammatical stuff.
Yeah.
Um, if you use AI to write your email to me, I'm going to know that because it's
Me
going to sound
too. Yep.
and this is weird to put on a video, but I think the more I talk with you on videos, I'm like, let's just air it
Throw
all
it
out.
out there. Yeah.
In my experience, I don't know if this is true for anyone watching or Ashley for you, but AI has a lot of flowery language. So like
Mhm.
when you're reaching out to me, because we are so busy, which is funny to say because that's my TEDx topic was so busy. Make it succinct. Like I don't want a long paragraph. I don't want a lot of flowery
Perfect.
language. Like tell me exactly what you want after you do the hi, here's who I am, here's how I heard of you, here's what I'm looking for. Like that is a framework that works well for me as a type A person. I don't want a whole paragraph I have to scroll through on my work phone or on my laptop or wherever I'm looking at my email. But if it's full of grammatical errors and I'm not really sure what you're asking for, or it looks like AI wrote it, very off putting. Like less likely to offer some flexibility in my time. Like you can grab a slot, that's still an option. But it's not going to bode well if it's not personalized and it feels like it's very much a canned response. But that's just me. What are your thoughts?
That's me too. I mean, I'm talking like 4 sentences. How you found me, who you are, what you're hoping for. Thank you so much. Hope to hear back. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. Because you're right. I don't have time to scroll and then it gets buried and buried and buried. And then 3 weeks from now, I go back and I'm like, who is this?
Mm-hmm.
Another red flag for me is if I don't know who you are. I see the name in the email, of course, but if you don't say like I'm a therapist or I'm a student or like this is what I do, then I just have so many questions and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure if I'm gonna respond if I don't know who you are.
Yeah. So like
Let's see
looking for
what
that
else.
like signature line or something
Yeah.
like a title or first name, last name. I mean, let's be honest, some of us are going to Google you when you reach out to
Yes.
us just to see that you're
Yes.
legit. So like
Yes.
please put something in there so we don't have to like dive through all the people with a similar sounding name. Because if you're Googling us, we're Googling you.
I think the other thing too is to be specific enough in what you're looking for. And an example that happened recently is someone reached out wanting a psychological evaluation. And I said, hey, my response is a little nuanced. I'm not a psychologist, therefore, I cannot write a psychological evaluation. I can write a mental health evaluation or a different form of a court ordered evaluation. If you need a psychologist, here's 3 people I, trust and have seen good work from. Thank you so much, Ashley. And so I think that's helpful too, because
Mhm.
then you're not wasting your time trying to get something from me that I actually like legally can't offer.
Right.
And I'm still helping you because I'm sending you to someone else who can give you what you need. And
Mhm.
I believe in karma. And so, next time around, someone will recommend me, and the person who emailed me will come back to me when they do have something that's in my scope.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's why we've built the networks we have. Like, I'm going to happily send someone over here to someone that can do the work that they need. And then eventually it's going to come back around in some way that's fruitful for our practice. So I love this. Where can people reach you for the folks who haven't seen you on videos before? Because I know that they're probably going to want to be like, let's get more information on this. I will say, viewers, you will have access to the scripts that we've referenced in today's video. We'll put them in a link below here. But Ashley, where can people find you?
People can find me via email or my website. It's ENSOPLLC.com. And there's a contact me section. And I think usually you put our contact info in the comments too. So
Mhm.
feel free to reach out via email, and feel free to use the script to reach
Yeah,
out to me.
right. Like try it on with one of us and see how it
Yeah.
lands. Then you can even tell us, I watched your video. I love that. Well, thank you. I appreciate your wisdom on this as always, because I feel like we've just now made something that feels kind of scary and daunting and intimidating into like bite size. Here's 4 sentences, run with it and see what
Yep.
happens. I know our experience here in Colorado is we are very collaborative as a community. So, like, that's something I feel very blessed to have. And maybe this will apply to other industries or other states. Try it on and let us know in the comments if you did some outreach and if it worked in your favor. Any last thoughts, Ashley, before we wrap up?
I think that's it. Good luck, and don't be afraid to reach out to someone you've never met before.
Yeah, it can't hurt to try. So that's your homework from this video, everyone. We will see you in future videos. Take care.